Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Dr. Danish and today I am going to review one of the most inspiring and practical TED Talk titled Learning How to Learn by Barbara Oakley. This talk is especially valuable for students, teachers, professionals, and anyone who wants to improve their learning ability. Barbara Oakley explained that learning is not just about intelligence or talent. Instead, it is about understanding how our brain works using effective learning strategies. One of the biggest myths that this talk challenges is the belief that only naturally gifted people can excel in subjects like mathematics, science, or engineering. Barbara Oakley shares her own journey and explains that she once struggled with mathematics. However, by changing the way she studied, she became an engineering professor. Her story is a powerful reminder that our abilities can grow with right approach and consistent practice. One of the main concepts she introduces is that brain works in two different modes of thinking. The first is focus mode. This is the mode we are concentrating on solving mathematical problem, reading a textbook, writing an assignment, or preparing an examination. In this mode, we pay close attention to detail and analyze information carefully. The second is called the diffuse mode. This mode becomes active when we relax, take a walk, exercise, listen to music, or even sleep. During this time, our brain continues processing information in background. It connects ideas, forms new relationship between concepts, and often help us discover solutions that we couldn't find while studying. I found this idea extremely interesting because many students believe they should study continuously for hours without taking breaks. Barbara Oakley explained that taking short break is actually beneficial because it allows the diffuse mode to work. Sometimes the answer to a difficult problem comes after stepping away from it for a while. Another discussion in the topic was procrastination. Almost everyone experiences procrastination at some point. We delay difficult tasks because they seem uncomfortable and overwhelming. The longer we postpone them, the more stress, anxiety we feel. Barbara Oakley suggests that instead of focusing on completing entire tasks, we should simply focus on getting started. Even for 25 minutes without distraction can create momentum. Once we begin, continuing becomes much easier. This idea is closely related to famous Pomodoro technique, where we work with complete focus for about 25 minutes and followed by a short break. This simple strategy improves concentration and reduces the mental fatigue. Another lesson that impressed me was the importance of active learning. Many students spend hours highlighting textbook and reading the same notes repeatedly. Unfortunately, this often creates illusions of learning without actually sensing memory. Barbara Oakley recommends active recall instead. After studying a topic, we should close the book and try to explain the concept from memory. We should solve question, teach someone else, or write down what we remember. This forces brain to retrieve information, making learning much stronger and longer lasting. For example, if you are studying network programming, electrical engineering, or mathematics, don't just read formulas or concepts repeatedly. Instead, solve problem, practice exercise, and explain the concept in your own words. That is where real engineering happens. That is where real learning happens. The talk also discusses the importance of practice. Learning is very similar learning how to ride a bicycle or drive a car. Reading about is not enough. We only improve through repeated practice. Every time we solve a problem or perform a task ourselves, our brain builds stronger neural connections. Over time, these connections become automatic, allowing us to solve problems more quickly and confidently. Barbara Oakley explained why mistakes are important parts of learning. Many students fear making mistakes because they believe mistakes indicate failure. In reality, mistakes help our brain recognize weakness and improve understanding. Every incorrect answer teaches us something valuable. Instead of becoming discouraged, we should analyze our mistake and understand why they happened and try again. This growth mindset leads to continuous improvement. Another valuable lesson from TED Talk is importance of sleep. Many students sacrifice sleep before examination, believing that studying all night will improve their performance. However, Barbara Oakley explained that sleep plays a critical role in learning. While we sleep, the brain organizes information, strengthens memories, and removes unnecessary details. Good sleep improves concentration, creativity, and problem solving skill. This means that getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is not a wasting of time. It is actually an investment in better learning. Barbara Oakley emphasized the importance of building good study habits. Instead of studying only when exams are approaching, students should study a little every day. Consistency is much more effective than cramming large amount of information at the last minute. Even 1 hour of focused study every day can produce better results than studying 10 hours the night before an exam. Another message I appreciated is that learning is a lifelong process. Today, world is changing rapidly because of technology, artificial intelligence, automation, and digital transformation. New skills are constantly emerging. Therefore, the ability to learn effectively has become one of the most valuable skills anyone can possess. Whether you are a student, engineer, teacher, entrepreneur, or working professional, continuous learning will help you remain relevant and successful in your career. As an educator myself, I strongly agree with the Barbara Oakley's idea. I believe teachers should not teach only subject but also teach students how to learn. As an educator myself, I strongly agree with Barbara Oakley's idea. I believe teachers should not only teach subject but also teach students how to learn effectively. When students understand the science of learning, they become more confident, independent, and motivated. Personally, my biggest takeaway from this TED Talk is that success in learning depends more on strategy than on natural talent. Anyone can improve by practicing consistently, avoiding procrastination, reviewing actively, getting enough rest, and maintaining a positive mindset. To summarize, Barbara Oakley gave us several practical lessons. Understand the focus and diffuse mode of thinking, study with full concentration, and take regular breaks. Avoid procrastination by simply getting started. Use active record instead of passive reading. Practice regularly because learning improves through repetition. Accept mistakes as opportunities to grow. Get enough sleep to strengthen memory. Develop consistent daily study habits. Continue learning throughout your life. Overall, I found this TED Talk extremely informative. Overall, I found this TED Talk extremely informative, practical, and motivating. It is based on scientific research, yet the idea are simple enough for everyone to apply immediately. I highly recommend this to talk to students, teachers, and lifelong learners because it can completely change the way we are thinking about education and personal growth. Thank you very much for my review. If you find this review helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support more educational content. Allah Hafiz and keep learning.